This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Yesterday was like a Friday. Usually on Fridays, there's all kinds of a news dump that happens that I have to pick from. Wow, what am I going to talk about? That was yesterday. We had news from the committee, the January 6th committee investigating the violent insurrection at the United States Capitol, the attempted overthrow of the United States government, and attempted overturning of a free and fair American election. They have subpoenaed both Rudy Giuliani, well, not just both, but the multiple people. Rudy Giuliani, Jenna Ellis, Sidney Powell, and there's one other that is, Boris Epshteyn. And not only that, they have subpoenaed and obtained the phone records of not Donald Trump Jr., what's the other goofy kid? Eric Trump and Kimberly Guilfoyle, Don Jr.'s fiance. And we're going to talk about that. It is, listen, I'm hoping this. You know that I've been critical of Merrick Garland. I still am critical. There's nothing that's been displayed relative to getting down to business here about investigating and prosecuting and holding accountable, offering consequence for these people. Nothing's been done that convinces me that they are carrying forward the way they should. So I'm going to continue to scream and yell. I'm going to continue to urge you to scream and yell until things are done correctly. I'm going to read from this Washington Post article entitled House January 6th Committee Subpoenas Giuliani and Sidney Powell. The House Committee investigating the insurrection on January 6, 2021, issued subpoenas Tuesday to members of former President Donald Trump's outside legal team who pursued and disseminated unfounded claims of mass election fraud, including Trump's former personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, former White House aide, Boris Epshteyn, and lawyers, Jenna Ellis and Sidney Powell. Quote, the four individuals we've subpoenaed today advanced unsupported theories about election fraud, pushed efforts to overturn the election results, and were in direct contact with the former president about attempts to stop the counting of electoral votes, Chairman Benny G. Thompson, Democrat of Mississippi, said in a statement. Thompson's statement added, we expected these individuals to join the nearly 400 witnesses who have spoken with the Select Committee as the committee works to get answers for the American people about the violent attack on our democracy. This leads me to this thought. I would hope that in the course of their legislative duties, investigating in order that they could write in, legislation to prevent this from happening again, or at least to appropriate money for the security of the Capitol and those who work there, I hope that they will also build a case that could be held up in a court to forward their findings to the Justice Department, since the Justice Department doesn't seem to be doing the work, forward that on to the Justice Department and have something done of this. These are legal subpoenas, and the information they receive could be rolled into a criminal case, because this indeed is a conspiracy. The committee has also subpoenaed and obtained, here we go. Here we go. The committee has also subpoenaed and obtained. They have the records of phone numbers associated with Eric Trump and Kimberly Guilfoyle, the fiance of Donald Trump Jr., a person familiar with the committee's work, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, confirmed Tuesday. The news was first reported by CNN. This is a big deal because, one, Kimberly Guilfoyle, former Fox News person who got in trouble for texting dick pics that she received, showing them to her colleagues. That's why she ended up leaving Fox News. A real piece of work. Real classy person. She is thick as thieves with these people. She is up to her neck in this conspiracy, in my opinion. She is fundraising off these efforts. And she's also real sloppy, as we've learned from her previous reporting on her with the information. So the fact that they have subpoenaed and obtained is going to lead them off in all kinds of different directions of people who were involved in this effort. Giuliani and Epshteyn were part of the group of Trump advisors who coalesced at a command center at the Willard Hotel in the lead-up to the January 6th rally on the Ellipse and the counting of electoral votes, the Washington Post reported. In a letter transmitting notice of the subpoenas, Thompson cites Giuliani's involvement in seeking to convince state legislators to take steps to overturn the election results. His urging of Trump to seize voting machines across the country, which was illegal, and his contact with Trump in the days ahead of January 6th regarding strategies for delaying or overturning the results of the 2020 election. Giuliani's, I'm going to finish with this because this is just chef's kiss jackassery. Giuliani's lawyer, Robert Costello, said Tuesday he will review the subpoena, but notes there are significant legal barriers to Giuliani providing information related to his work. And this is what he said, quote, "It should be obvious, even to a non-lawyer like Benny Thompson." What, is that supposed to be an insult? Even to a non-lawyer? Come on. If there is ever a badge of honor, that is one. That besides executive privilege, we have attorney-client privilege, and to my knowledge, Donald Trump hasn't waived that privilege, Costello said in a statement to the Post. The reality is, well, they're going to give us the reality, these assholes. The reality is that this is just more political theater from the committee. Listen, just because you are the attorney of Donald Trump, if you take part in the crime, there is no attorney-client privilege. If Donald Trump decided to go rob a bank, or if I wanted to go rob a bank, and I brought my lawyer with me, the lawyer then is not, can't claim attorney-client privilege. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm the attorney. You can't question me. You're part of the crime. You committed the crime as well. And when Rudy Giuliani is going across the country trying to confiscate voting machines, it is just asinine, to say the least. Again, good work on the part of the Democrats on this committee and the handful, the smattering of Republicans who volunteered to be on it. What do you think, though? I'd love to know. Is this progress? Are you in agreement with me that they should forward their findings on to the Justice Department for criminal prosecution? Finally, some consequence for these people? It's been over a year, and no one of note has been convicted, has even stood to account. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Follow me on social media. That's sometimes a good time. Could also be a nightmare. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. And if I bring you some value, if you appreciate what I do, please consider supporting my work here on the platform. You can become a channel member. Click the join button below. See what's involved. For $1.99, you can become a channel member. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are fantastic ways to help support and produce my work and the growth of this very effort. I love you guys. I will see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another. One more.